Look around, we need hope. Dark world, we need hope. Broke world, we need hope. We all need hope, need hope, need hope. Look around, we need hope. Broke world, we need hope. We all need hope. But tell them it's hope for the broken. 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 Tell them it's hope for the broken. Yeah. It's hope for the broken. Yeah. It's hope for the broken. Yeah. It's hope for the broken. Boy, look around.
Welcome back to another one of our episodes of Healing Broken Souls.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey. I am Jaria.
And I am Taisha.
And today our topic that we will be discussing is...
Wait. You ain't going to introduce us?
Oh. we had
some guests today.
Y'all can say y'all's names.
I won't say my name now. I'm Benny.
And I'm Johnny.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you for inviting us.
Now I feel welcome.
So our topic today is if I knew then what I know now.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
And I want to start by saying if I knew then what I know now about money. Saving, how to save, more about credit.
Yes.
And I mean, I guess it was just hard. It's not something I'd ever thought about until I got older and trying to buy a car, trying to buy a house.
Nobody ever told you that?
Honestly, no. It's not something...
It's not taught in school like that, no.
Yeah,
and I feel like it should be like a subject, that should be something that they should, about checks and debts and loans and stuff like that.
I never wrote a check until just recently because now I have to do it for my job. I just wanted a debit card. Just give me a card. I can swipey, keep going.
When my kids were growing up, they thought that because we had the debit card, we go to the ATM, it gives you money. Not that you have to put it in there to have it there. It's like, go there, get free money.
Yes.
Do you not know that the average American is more than $50,000 in credit debt?
That's crazy.
$50,000.
And I think it's because they weren't taught.
At all. You get out of high school, some people go to college, some don't, and you just try to do what you can. At least that was me. I was just trying to get this, that, not knowing this is going to be on your credit for a long time, or you got to still pay that stuff off.
You know what credit cards say to some people? Free money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Free money. And it's not free. Nobody told them that you got to pay this back.
Yes.
And then on top of that, more.
Yes.
So my first credit card that I had was a Kohl's card in 2015. I used it, maxed it out. I paid it off because, they sent me a bill. So I paid it off. So I had it for like a year, and then I didn't use it anymore. I'm like, I don't know what I'm really doing with it. I don't know what it's really doing because at the time I didn't. 2015 don't seem like that long ago.
Right.
But it did help my credit. And so I told myself, okay, what do I need to do to get more? And so just 2021, I got a secure credit card, but I didn't know what the difference was.
Ooh.
So I went to my credit union and I spoke to a lady and I was like, just tell me what the difference is because I don't know.
Right. Well, you were smart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not everybody's
so
like that.
I used $250 of my own money to get a secure credit card. So when I first got it, like the first 6 months, I only used it for gas. Paid it off next month. Put more gas in my car. So I continued to do that. And then, Christmas came rolling on around.
Like it does every year.
But I had this credit card. But I did it the right way. I didn't max it out. I used it a couple times for Christmas, but then I paid it off. And so I was teaching myself
discipline.
And that's good. Yeah. 'Cause
It's
not
hard.
everybody, girl.
Well, I was talking to my son yesterday, and I was telling him, I said, you know what? If you don't use your credit card, whatever that credit limit was, and you don't use it, they actually reduce your credit limit.
Yes, they do.
And
Okay.
they don't tell you.
And they do not tell you. And so a lot of people thinking that they're going to have this credit limit for whenever, But if you don't use that card, then that limit goes down. And that's especially if you get one with a high interest rate.
Yes.
So if you saying if I knew then what I know now,
Yes.
that's one thing I would definitely have changed. Okay.
And so now I think I'm learning about the interest rates because I didn't know about those either until I had to buy a vehicle. So it's just a lot of things that, I wish my parents would have sat down with me and talked about. So I would have been more aware, more ready as an adult. And I probably could have bought a house a long time ago, but I didn't know about credit and where my credit score was and everything. So when I decided it was time, okay, I want to go buy a house, it was like, well, your credit score is this and it needs to be this. I'm like, but what do I need to do? Mm-hmm. So that's something that I wish I would have known.
You ask the right questions.
Yeah. I mean, you really are. Well, I bet you and I'm not bragging here, but on a month's time, I get about 30 offers for, hey, you can get this amount of money, and you can get that amount of money, and I'm like, put them in file 13, because if you're not careful, credit will kill you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you can be in a lot of trouble, and you'll never get that home, you'll never get that car, and you'll always pay high interest rates if you don't manage your money well.
So I guess I'm not in a situation because I'm not trying to get a credit card. I already have one. But my 17-year-old son will be 18 in a couple weeks. And he said, Mom, I want to get a credit card. And I'm like, for what? Like, you don't need one. What are you trying to do? He's like, well, I want to start working on my credit. So that's where I'm at. So as a mother, as a parent, I feel like that's my responsibility because I wish someone did that with me when I was his age.
Well, like you did with yours, get him to secure credit.
Yes, that's what I told him. So now he's asking questions about it. So now that I ask the questions that I now know, now that I can explain it to him
There you go.
a lot better. So that's where we're at. So in a couple of weeks, I guess I'll take him and help him with that.
So what else, you said, if I knew then what I know now, what else would you have changed?
As far as money?
Anything.
Or anything.
Anything.
I probably would have went to college.
Okay. Why?
Because
That's another debt.
it is, but I could have did a trade.
Okay.
And I didn't do that.
Okay.
So if I would have did a trade or went to college, a lot of people who do trades don't have a lot of debt compared to the doctors and the lawyers who have a lot of debt, and some probably still paying on them.
When I went to college, me and John, we had a great professor named Professor Bieberstein.
Yep.
And so Professor Bieberstein, he said, go over to Ivy Tech and take all your gen ed courses over there, and then have them transferred over here, and it's at a lesser cost.
Yes, exactly.
I hear a lot of people do stuff
And
like
that saved a lot of money. And, the process of getting it switched over, you have to first make sure that the college will accept it from that other college.
Yes.
But once they do, it's like, it's gravy. And I'm at the age coming up next month where I'll be 62, and they're talking about how I can go to college and take all the classes I want for free. I mean, I may not get a degree from it, but I can go in and take all the classes I want for free. And boy, this guy's going to step up, and he's going to go get some of those free college courses.
Okay, now.
that. Take advantage of it.
So I think that's something that I probably would have did, either chosen to do some type of trade or went to college. But if I would have went to college and I would have incurred debt, then I would have known how to take care of it better.
Not necessarily, but you're a good person, so you probably would have took care of yours.
I don't like debt. I mean, because I like to shop and I like, I like to do stuff with my money. So I probably would have. And now I probably, thinking back, talking about it now, I probably would have went for financial stuff.
One of the things that I hear with financial corporations that are trying to help people with budgets and things like that, they say when you go buy something, before you buy it, wait a week. And if you still want it after that week, then you go ahead and get it. And the reason for that is we are so impulsive. We see it, we say, oh, it's going to not be on sale next week or whatever, and we grab it, and then we get it home, and then it's like, why did I buy this dumb thing?
So that's like me. So I went one year, I went to my credit union. I'm like, hey, my car is raggedy. I need a new car. Can you help me? Can you tell me where my credit is? So, she did her thing and she's like, well, your credit is this. And I'm like, well, I can get a house with this. So she said, okay, this is what you do. If you plan to get a house, I want you to hold off on buying your vehicle. So that's what I did. I called my realtor that same day after I left the credit union. I said, I can get a house. This is what my credit score is. What do I need to do? What's the next step? And so she told me, we're going to go ahead and start your process. If you get a house, they tell you to wait like a year before you buy a vehicle. And a lot of people was like, oh, no, you don't got to wait that long. You don't got to wait that long. But I waited that long. I wanted to see, what this house did to my credit, if it, would make it go up a lot more or bring it down some. And I didn't want to put that burden on me and have to take on something else that I couldn't afford.
What about you, Taisha?
If I knew then what I knew now, mine's is more of a personal thing. I feel like being a woman, being a female growing up, me personally, I had a lot going on in my head. I felt like I need to look like this person, be like this person. I'm not black enough. I'm not this enough. So if I knew then what I knew now, I would, if I could tell myself something back then, just be yourself.
Now, you say you're not black enough and you're not this enough. What's that?
That's more how I felt.
Okay.
I feel like just, I don't know, just more of a personal thing, I think maybe. I just felt like I didn't fit in a lot, so when you have them feelings, you feel like you have to act a certain way, And the more I grow up, the more you look back at these people that you so wanted to be or this, and it's like,
Glad I missed that boat.
Exactly. Yes. And it's like, if I could have just been myself and just, maybe I wouldn't feel, certain uncertainty sometimes, or I don't know.
The one thing I can definitely relate to that, because when I was a younger man, I thought I was the most ugly person because of how everybody else looked. And
that was me.
And I had such low self-esteem. And, we weren't from the richest family. I mean, we wasn't poor.
You couldn't get the
or the or.
No, we were, so we didn't have the Converse and the Chuck Taylors, and we didn't get our clothes from the Gap, anything. We got our clothes from Walmart or Kmart or whatever the case was.
Mm-hmm.
Goodwill, yeah, absolutely. And so young people are some cruel individuals. They can just tear down your esteem when you're trying to really feel good about yourself.
Right.
And so when I started getting up some age, and I said, what, ain't nothing wrong with you. And I looked in the mirror. I said, what, you're half cute anyway. Back then I had a head full of hair too. So and so, and then it surprised me when a pretty girl wanted to talk to me. I'm like, oh, you pretty. I said, well, let me hold on to you. She been with me 38 years.
Shout
I might not get lucky. Might not get lucky again, boy.
Better not try.
But and so now, when people see me, they say, okay, well, you know what, you dress this way and you dress that way, because I will not wear just anything. I'm looking for the best of the best. If I got $5 and I can spend $3 to buy me some good clothes, I'm gonna do it. Once somebody told me, they say, well, you dress like you're trying to go out of GQ magazine. I said, yes. But I didn't feel that way when I was growing up, because people made me feel ugly on the inside.
Yeah. And I mean, speaking of, just dressing a certain type of way, before I met my significant other, we've been together 10 years now. He said, when I met you, your shoe game wasn't up to par. And now that's all I do. I feel like all I do is shop and buy shoes. My shoe game is now up to par.
There you go. And that's the whole thing. I said, you know what? I said, boy, I can't wait. And John knows it. I said, I can't wait to buy me my first handmade pair of shoes and my first tailored suit. I said, Lord, I'm going to look good. I didn't realize how big of a problem that was. I could have just went to the big box store and been happy. But again, how do you feel on the inside will show on the outside. So, what I know now, I should have known then that there was nothing wrong with me.
Exactly.
And that should have been sufficient enough. But the world doesn't make you feel that way sometimes.
I was going to say, how many times are we brought up not realizing that? We all feel that we're not good enough for whatever reason, whether it be our parents bringing us up in a home like that, or society, or our peers, or whatever. We're all questioning, why can't I be like so-and-so instead of being yourself?
Yeah. My father was an engineer, and, but you couldn't tell he was an engineer by how poor we lived. But, they said, oh, that's Berkeley, son. They're going to be smart. Yeah, watch this. Math is not the thing for me, if it said 2 plus 2, I wrote 48. If it said 6 plus 6, I wrote 19. I cannot do math. I can do adding, subtracting, multiplication, division, and averages. Anything beyond that, I am not that smart in it. And I don't need to be, because where I work, we don't use math, okay? We use the clock. and so, but now, here I am, master's degree down and PhD almost in hand. It's something different. What I know now that I should have known then, I would have put more effort into my education than I did. I wasted a lot of good times.
I think I would have believed in myself more, not necessarily what I was capable of doing as much, but it is that same thing. And what I mean by that is, okay, I'm a writer, and I love to write, and I never thought my stuff would be good enough, and I never believed in myself enough to take chances. And, now that I'm older and learning how to, just be myself and everything, I think I tell my younger self, get at it, do what you're passionate about, do something that you can look back and say, whether anybody else liked it or not, I liked it. And that is important to me.
I think we live in a world now where you have to mimic how somebody else talks, or how somebody else looks, or drive the same kind of car, or get the same kind of home. You know what? I'm happy in a 2-bedroom, living room and kitchen, just as if I'm in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. If it's comfortable, it's good enough for me.
As long as it's got a big old kitchen, because I like to eat.
Yep.
Well, hey, more the merrier, But, I think where people... Yeah, I don't mean to take your thing over, but I think where people make the big mistake is that they're trying to be like the Jay-Z's and the Beyoncé's and what's that girl, Kim? What's her name?
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. Them people crazy.
They have real life issues also.
And see that, like
real
that.
life issues.
Like you want to be like other people, or that's what you think, or you think, oh, this person's like, but you don't know what that person had to go through to get this. Just like people might look at you like, oh, that relationship or that, but you don't know what has to go on behind closed doors to make it look like that. So you might want that life, but you probably couldn't walk a mile in them shoes.
And then you wonder, once you get it, was it really worth it?
Yeah.
You know, giving up so much, you know. One of the things that we hear a lot about is celebrities, athletes, and things like that. They give it their all that they got, and then they lose their family and friends and different things like that. And next thing you know, it's one of those things where it's like, well, I have nobody to share this with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, one girl dated my son because she thought we were so rich. And
Oh no.
oh yeah. She only reason she wanted to date my son was because she wanted some money. Okay? And I told that boy, I said, boy, you better look at what you got there, because it ain't gonna go like you think. Again, somebody trying to get something for nothing rather than putting the work in, putting that extra effort in into being who they are and liking what they do, you know. And you know, what's mine is mine. You ain't getting mine.
Right.
Okay. And so, you know, you just have to realize that to be happy doesn't mean you have to change who you are.
Right.
You know, you can be the best you can be and be happy with who you are. If and I hate to say it, but you know, if some people don't like it, that's not your problem. That's somebody
Exactly.
else's problem.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to also say that if I knew then what I know now, I would look a little more deeper into the friendships and the company that you keep. Because all company ain't good company.
So what do you mean by that? Because that, you know, that can go 1,000 ways.
What does Pastor Benny tell me all the time? I'm using pretty words. So let me get these pretty words on now.
Okay.
Just friendships, you know, just keeping good friends around. When you're younger, you think everybody want to be your friend or you want to be everybody's friend. But I feel like just people grow up and grow apart, and, you know, maybe God put them in your life for a season.
That's it.
And that's how I feel a lot of times about friendships. You know, to this day, I'm not friends with people that I grew up with in elementary school, middle school, and high school, you know. And it's hard thinking about those relationships because you had really good memories and really good times. And to be where I am now and you're not friends with them anymore, I mean, it's something you got to learn to accept.
I think to piggyback on that is the social media stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that is not friendships. I mean, you may have some friendly acquaintances and everything, but the friendships is, like you were saying, the deep interpersonal relationships between the two individuals. Benny and I have been best friends for 27 years now. And, you know, we invest in that. It's more than just, you know, texting, hey, how you doing, bud, type thing, or how many likes I get on this or that.
Yeah.
It's, you know, I can come up to Benny and say, Benny, I'm having an issue. I need your help. And he comes right by my side and everything. That's what relationships are.
It is. And to me, I think that's very important. You know, you don't get that nowadays. Me and Taisha have been friends since first grade. That's something that I take to heart.
Yes.
Like, I will go to bat for her. I will go to war for her.
This girl will pray in a hot second for me, you know. I mean, and you need genuine people like that, you know, people that's not just who truly cares, you know. Don't just tell you stuff that you might just want to hear. Tell you the truth.
And
How
I
do you
feel
find
like
it?
I feel like it's me and Taisha been friends for a long time. So I would say, like, if we were to stop being friends tomorrow, I'm not going to go and tell y'all her deepest, darkest secrets that I know. I'm going to take them to the grave with me.
Right. How do you find a relationship like that?
I am hard on meeting new people.
She's mean.
I'm
So if I
not
get a new
mean.
friend tomorrow, she's going to be very mean to them. And she's going to be like, well, where'd you meet her at? How do you know her? Like, what are your intentions? Like, how well do you want to get to know Julia? She's going to come with 25
So the Bible
questions.
says putting the fire to it to make sure that it comes out as pure as gold.
Yes.
Because, you know, it's like another relationship. You know, you invest time and stuff, or you sometimes, you know, you try to, and when you get to an age where you don't want fakeness or people who don't have your best interests.
Yeah, your
you
best
know?
interest
You
is
have
it.
more stuff to lose when you have a family and stuff now.
You know what my mama used to tell me? She said, baby boy, She said, if you're lucky, you get one true friend. And if God bless you, you might get two.
I do. I got Taisha and our other friend Chantel.
Yeah.
We all been friends since first grade.
There you go.
And so, friends are something that comes very rarely. We have a lot of associates. I think a lot of people confuse associates as friends.
Yes, because Terrell tells me all the time, oh, you got a lot of friends. And I'm like, no, here's the thing, Terrell. I am from Marion, Indiana. I grew up here. Everybody knows my families, both sides. I know a lot of people know me, but they are not my friends.
And that's the whole thing about it is, what's the quality versus the quantity
Exactly.
Yes.
of friendship, John has gotten out his bed, driven all the way to Iowa, helped me move, just me, him, my wife, and I think my son and daughter. But a friend will come that hundreds of miles for you and do the impossible with you, go that extra yard. And I think if people stop trying to find the right friend and let the right friend show up,
Yeah.
let God lead them to them. That's the thing. Like, I've been with my wife since the 8th grade. Okay, the 8th grade. Now, you can't get no closer than that. I got a twin brother, and I don't like him as much as I like her. Hey, I see my twin brother on the phone, and I don't feel like talking to you. I turn the phone down, but Lynn,
He may be listening to this
I was
podcast.
about to say, he doesn't mean that.
from the womb to the tomb, brother. But how do you quantify a real good friendship? What I know now compared to what I knew then, John is my friend.
Likewise.
Trust
Yeah.
and honesty is.
I tell John all the time, just like today, I said, man, look, I saw your phone call. I didn't lie to him.
I ain't feel like talking.
I saw it, man, but everything was going on right then.
Yep.
And I said, you know what? I bet you're a better friend than I am sometimes.
Not true.
I always tell him, but what I know now is that, he's a friend to the end.
Yes. And I have another friend like that. I met her when I was in the 7th grade. I had moved to Alabama with my family. And it's like we just gravitated toward each other. And it's like we clicked. We didn't always see eye to eye or have the same thing in common. But over time, that grew. And now she's a chef. She's one of my best friends, one of my great sisters. And in 2019, she flew all the way from Alabama to be my personal chef for my baby shower.
There you go.
All right. I need a friend like that. Shit.
And it's like when I left Alabama to move back to Indiana, it's like it didn't stop. We still talked every day. We talked every other day. When she went to college, she was a little busier for me because I didn't go, but I also had a baby. And so it was like an every other week thing. But our conversations just picked up where they left off.
Those are good quality life essences that we need. So, no, you're going to end this.
I think it's just important to, to just sit back and think about different things. I don't think it's ever too late to, say, hey, I know now, but I didn't know then. You can still work on that on an everyday thing. So I would say don't give up on it.
And I think it's important, too, to not dwell on the past saying woulda, coulda, shoulda type thing, but just appreciate the things of the past who made you who you are today.
And don't be so hard on yourself. You're one person. You're not perfect.
Yes.
I don't know. I have many multi-personalities.
You and me both.
With that, God bless you. We'll talk to you soon.
Lord, we're out of here.
Look around, we need hope. Dark world, we need hope. Broke world, we need hope. We all need hope, need hope, need hope. Look around, we need hope. Broke world, we need hope. We all need hope. But tell them it's hope for the broken. 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 Tell them it's hope for the broken. Yeah, it's hope for the broken. Yeah, it's hope for the broken. Yeah, it's hope for the broken. Boy, look around, we need hope. No question about it. Can't get around, the whole world around us need hope.